attorney. Do you want to ask for an attorney? Yeah. Okay.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, I'm Tadi Sigalke. Welcome. So today we're going to be talking about people that pretend to be crazy so that maybe, I don't know what they're thinking, they can get lesser sentence.
Yeah, get into it.
Lesser sentences. So basically, we're going to start with 3 cases that these people have actually lied.
Oh, baby, no, that ain't gonna work.
And thought the police were not on in it, or maybe they thought they were not being watched, or maybe they used the cameras to their advantage. Who knows? But we're going to see how these people act, trying to pretend as if they're crazy so that maybe they get leniency, which I don't understand, because if the government deems you crazy, if the court deems you crazy, you're gonna be subjected to a freaking prison, because I think a mental institution is a prison, especially for criminals. Like, that is just, you are isolated, you are dosed with tons of medication, of course you go for counseling, you are put in this routine where you have to fit in, and imagine if you're not actually crazy, how that is going to drive you crazy.
Please, do not push the button.
So we're going to start with Dawson. Dawson is a guy that killed his mother because his mother asked him to go find work.
What did he say?
I don't get it.
You know what? No.
You kill someone because they tell you to be responsible with your own life?
Yeah, it's fine.
That's weird.
Well, talk about craziness. It isn't crazy, but that is something crazy to do. So this guy, initially when the cops were not inside his room, he was somewhat normal. He was very alert. He knew where he was. He knew the situation he had put himself in. He was just sitting there like a proper human being. You know, you're waiting for the cops to come in the room. You're just sitting there. You're waiting to be interrogated. You're waiting to just be like, okay, give me my deal. What do I have to do? You know, I have to pay. I have to pay somehow. And look at what this guy does. Yeah. This guy literally starts doing stuff with his hands to act as if he's crazy.
It would come as no surprise that a judge deemed him fit to stand trial. A jury then found him legally sane, and he was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of his mother.
In front of the cops. As soon as the cops get out of the room, he goes back to normal. He goes back to being normal old human being, but his tactics didn't work because he was still sentenced to prison. He still went to prison for murder. Why we are saying that these are people pretending? Look at this case where there's actually a person who is mentally disturbed and is interrogated by the police.
So he took you to Walmart?
Yes, sir.
And did you both go in?
No, we did not go in, sir.
Okay, and why not?
We pulled into the parking lot, then I pulled the weapon on him and demanded that he take me to Asher, Oklahoma, sir.
So when the interrogator asks him, like, what he got out of this, what did he get out of killing a stranger? He goes and says that nothing. I got nothing out of it. His reasoning that he got nothing out of it. He's just going to go to jail. And the police who ask, like, what punishment do you think you deserve? How many years do you think you should stay in jail for this crime that, you know, committed, right? Just trying to get it into their minds a little bit. A normal person would try and get a plea deal. A normal person would try and, like, find their way out of the situation and be like, you know what? Let's just do 5 years, or maybe I'll just do this. Maybe I'll just try and negotiate some years, or they even try to take it to court. Say on this person, maybe they didn't mean what they did. Maybe it was just self-defense. Maybe it was, you know, normal people usually go that route. Normal people will not straight out say, I deserve a death sentence. That's when you see that someone is crazy. And throughout this interview, this guy was straight out stating facts. He was not trying to to emotionally blackmail anybody. He was not trying to make the policeman feel sorry for him because they knew what he had done.
Fred Murray was found not guilty by reason of insanity. He was committed to a high-security mental facility where he is to remain indefinitely.
Anything to say for yourself today?
No, ma'am.
Any reason why you might have done this to this young man?
No, ma'am.
No reason.
No, ma'am.
You have nothing to say for yourself.
No, ma'am.
You want to tell the community anything?
No, ma'am.
Did you confess to police?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you proud of what you've done?
No, ma'am.
Do you have remorse for what you've done?
No, ma'am.
That initially shows that person is a bit psycho. The person is a bit crazy. So now when you compare it to these other cases, now you see like, okay, so I'll be pretending. Let's move on to the third and final case. This one is funny. I found it funny. I was laughing all the way out. I was like, wow, this guy really thought this through. This guy really went to levels to try and make these cops believe that he was really insane and he really deserved leniency.
Trying to get me locked up again. It ain't gonna happen.
So we have a boy called Nikolas Cruz who killed 17 people at a high school.
Dude, how do you feel?
3 teachers were injured and 14 students. 3 teachers were killed and 14 students were also killed and 17 were injured. Let us just take a look into his interrogation. He looks like somebody who's going through it. He looks like, oh my God, we need to be patient with this guy. He has mental issues. We need to be patient with him. If you did not see the full video, if you're just a person who, is so compassionate with people, you would actually believe this guy. You'd actually think he's really insane. Look at the crazy part. When he's approached by the cops after he had fled the scene, when he's approached by the cops, the cops already know that this guy's the one that shot, this guy's the one that did it, right? When he gets arrested, he's out here pointing like, the demons, man. It's the demons.
The demons, man.
Demons?
Voices.
Somebody call Catholic priest to pray for this guy. He goes like, it's the demons, man. It's the voices. Somewhat painting a picture as if like maybe he's being possessed. Like maybe it's not what he wanted to do. He was pushed by the voices in his head. He wanted to be schizophrenic. Is that the word? Majera. Yeah. Is the word schizophrenic? Schizophrenic. Okay. He wanted to act as if he was schizophrenic. Like somewhere, some alien in outer space is telling him to help them kill humanity and take over the world. Now, the funny thing now, when he's now in the interrogation room, he's acting as if he's somebody who's suicidal. I find this very offensive to the people that are actually suffering from these mental health problems and actually might be suicidal, and somebody pretending to be that so they can get leniency after plotting and planning to do what they did. Like this guy was planning for this massacre. He was planning and plotting. He wanted to be famous on TV. There are so many ways for you to be famous. Why do you want to be famous for killing people? Why do you want to do that? Like, no, don't. Okay, I gotta pause a little bit. If you're watching my channel and you're somewhat a criminal who wants to kill people, stop and think for a second. There are other ways for you to be famous and not kill people, okay? Unless we can call a priest and pray for you. Okay, so in this video, we see this guy mocking the camera, like acting as if he wants to shoot himself, doing the gun signs and putting it in his mouth and putting it on his neck and wanting to like, I'm gonna kill myself. And this is all, like the funny thing is that when he gets into the room, his demeanor is so calm. He's like, okay, confused and whatever, and he's looking down. The moment the cops get out of the room, he looks up and spots the camera. As soon as he spots the camera, I think in his mind it started processing like, act like you want to shoot yourself, act like you want to die, and then he starts pointing that is comedy. That is pure comedy. If I am a lawyer on this case and I am the prosecutor, baby, you are going down, because I will be dissecting the hell out of that video, because ain't no way a crazy person, ain't no way a person who's mentally disturbed is going to be doing that. No. It's either they're going to try and choke themselves with the chains. It's either they're going to somehow try and jump, somehow try and pull their legs from whatever, like stuff like that. Not playing around with I think they should have brought a gun actually to him and be like, okay, you want to shoot yourself? There you go, shoot yourself. And just watch him. Because clearly he didn't want to die. He just wanted to plead as a psycho, as a crazy person, and go to a penitentiary, which this is the third time I'm admitting this. I would rather go to jail than go to a psychiatric place, because the guy is acting psycho. If you wanted to be seen as, the psycho killer, the famous psycho killer, if you want to write that in your books, you would admit it on camera. You'd be like, those people meant nothing to me. You'd be like, I objectify those people. You'd be like, no, I have no remorse. You'd be like that lady, why should I have remorse? I don't have remorse. You should be like that woman. Because, if you're acting crazy, how are you going to be famous? And pretending like demons are running. Even saying it out loud is so funny. And pretending like demons are somehow haunting you and that is what caused you. Boy, you are not crazy. You are evil. That is just... Anyways, this brings us to the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed that video, comment down below. Subscribe to my channel for more criminology analysis and if they're crazy so that they can get leniency, please. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Bye!